of this year when 3 teenagers were arrested for allegedly breaking into Simon Sanchez High School in Yigo. A total of 13 classrooms were burglarized and ransacked. According to court documents, it was actually 4 male students that broke into the Yigo campus at around 1 o'clock in the morning on January 11th. They sprayed graffiti, damaged doors, computer monitors, chalkboards, and stole multiple items and then allegedly sold it for marijuana. It was through cooperation between GPD's Juvenile Investigation Section, working with Simon Sanchez High School staff, and surveillance footage that caught these kids, a 16-year-old and 2 14-year-olds, all 3 sent to the Department of Youth Affairs. Amid being targeted for one too many of these sorts of crimes, students here at Simon Sanchez High School. Howdy, everybody. I'm Sabrina Matinani. Thanks for starting your day the KUAM way. You are watching Crime Time, and we are live here at Simon Sanchez High School. As you saw earlier in that video that we just showed you, the Simon Sanchez High School students not only have to deal with the conditions of the campus, but also break-ins that have been occurring here on the campus. But students here are doing something about it. They've formed an organization called M.A.D. Sharks. M.A.D, of course, stands for Making a Difference. And I have with me Senior Michael Fanaway, Junior Rovi Rihe, Senior Maria Pico, and another Senior Leon Torrigoza. Thank you guys for what you're doing. So tell me first just about what exactly is M.A.D. Sharks and why you guys decided to form the organization.
Oh, okay.
Whoever would like to start.
Oh, so basically we started having a class discussion in our second period class, and we were just talking about the recent break-ins that just happened, and we came up with an idea to how to prevent this, and an idea was to start a GoFundMe. And recently we actually did start a GoFundMe to help our security, so we can have CCTV here around our campus, or maybe hire security to go around our school at night when our school is out. So after that, we went ahead and talked to Mrs. M about it to get her approval, and she told us, hey, you know, that's a good idea. Start building up your ideas and all this. So we had committees. I'm the chairperson for media,
social media, and research.
And your
Research.
research. Okay, what committee are you on, Michael?
Media.
Media.
The media.
Okay, so what do you guys do in the media committee?
Basically, this is what we do. For media, we go on radio stations, we go live on TV, or basically that's it for media. But social media, we obviously it's the Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, all the Instagram, and the good things in social media. And for outreach, I forgot to mention that I'm in outreach as well. But outreach, we call you guys to give us interviews if you guys can, and we talk to the higher authorities to interview us so we can talk about how we can prevent break-ins like what just happened from happening. Yeah.
And so what are some of the things you tell your classmates in terms of how to prevent, you know, break-ins, or how to stop them, or provide information if they hear about who's behind these break-ins?
Right.
Go ahead.
So we have our social media group. We basically spread awareness through our social media because it's a little bit harder for us to spread it in school because we don't really have, we don't really come together such as pep rallies. We can't give a big announcement to our school as one. So we like it better through social media because everyone understands better through words or through text, and they can share with their friends and they can share ideas within their groups. So that's how we spread awareness through our classmates.
But what about anonymity? What if someone doesn't want to get on social media and they don't want to let everybody know? Come on in here, Michael. And they don't want everybody to know, you know, that they're the ones who are saying, hey, I saw this, I want to report it. How do you protect one's anonymity?
Basically,
or identity?
this is still just an idea, but we're still coming up with more ideas. So an idea that was brought in from us was that we're gonna go ahead and make a flyer, and we're just gonna like go ahead and give it, pass it around school, around the neighborhood, so like they could give us feedback of what's gonna happen, what they see, or you know, just anything, so they want to be anonymous, they don't have to say it through social media because, you know, people can see it through social media if anything. So if they rather want to be anonymous, they can go ahead and just come up to us or Mrs. M, of course, and say what they want to say.
And it's not only restricted to our school, our classmates. It's also for the community as well. They can also go to the Yigo mayors and report any suspicious activities.
Okay, and Michael, why is this organization important to you?
Well, I feel it's important because our school isn't really like in the best condition. So with all the break-ins happening, it's really putting a strain on all of us, even especially admin, because they have to spend money, they have to ask for money, and all that stuff. I feel it's important because we want to have the future generations come to a school where there's a comfortable and safe learning environment. I feel like that's what we really need.
And so, so you're saying that right now it's not a comfortable and safe environment here at Simon Sanchez High School?
No.
We try to make it. We try to make ourselves feel at home, even though we don't have the best facilities, the best environment. We just, it's not really the school that makes who we are, it's us, the students, who make the school. And we try to put that out.
What about you? Leon, sorry. I was going to say Michael, but Leon. Your reasons why this is an important organization.
Yeah, like they said, the school, there's nothing bad about school. I mean, the spirit, it's there. When people break in, it's not like, yeah, they break stuff, but it's more like they break the shark spirit. We don't have a lot of things. We do the best thing, the best we can with the little we have, but it's even harder when people mess with the little things that we have.
Now, you guys mentioned that you're going to be raising money.
Yes.
Is that correct? How are you guys holding events? How are you going about doing that? I understand you have a GoFundMe.
Yes,
Okay, tell
we
me
have a
about that.
GoFundMe. We work with PATSO, our parent-teacher student organization. So they recently did start the GoFundMe, and we are trying to raise $10,000. But if all that fails, we're going to go ahead and do fundraisers, such as car washes, selling after school, solicitation letters from big companies to maybe donate for us, like Payless, Bank of Guam, or something like that. So yeah.
So anything can be donated. We're just very grateful if the other big companies can just do their best to try and donate anything, because we appreciate anything that's given to us.
Okay, I want to just read out some of the comments. Melvin Finonia, he says, "Go Sharks!"
Yes.
Isn't that the most principal? Make a difference. Pooh Anani Eve Salas says, "Awesome students. I sure hope the faculty, staff, and the legislature support this organization, and also to rebuild Simon Sanchez High School." And you know, after we did this story about the break-ins, I know there was a tour here.
Yes.
By the governor and lieutenant governor. They came to the school. Did you have a chance to interact with them?
Yes, we did. So we were over here and we had a silent protest. We had like a sign saying we want our school to be secure, to help us and all that. And then when they opened up to the crowd, if they want to ask questions, me and Maria went ahead and asked the lieutenant governor and governor some questions.
What did you guys ask?
Oh, gosh, that's what I don't remember. Stage fright.
But what did... Okay, say they were here right now.
Yes.
What would you want to tell them?
Basically, I remember from what Maria said. Yes, you did. So for what she said when she was speaking to the lieutenant governor, she just asked that, are they just gonna stand there and let us do it? Because us students started this. Why us students? You know, they're the adults.
Exactly.
They're supposed to be the role models. They should be the one taking the lead. So we just kind of asked them, are they just gonna stand there? Are they gonna help us soon? If not soon, then when?
As students, as teenagers, this shouldn't be our job to wanting to rebuild our school, wanting to have a protective or a secure environment, a secure place to be in. We shouldn't have to worry about that. So I guess that's what kind of made me want to ask that question, because if I'm an older sister and I don't expect my little sister to have worry in her head. I don't want her to overthink too much about her safety. It's like just how most of us do.
Yeah, you know, you guys, most of you are seniors, so you've probably seen many elected leaders that have come in and out of the campus touring, right? And she said she's tired. How about you?
Oh, definitely. I really, like I said before, I really want this school to be more comfortable for the future generations coming. I feel like, and also, the Japanese exchange come in here, and that's kind of embarrassing when they come in. They're like, "Ooh, what's up with this place? Are we at a flea market?" But yeah, I feel
But we're glad that they actually enjoy coming here because of the students.
Yes.
The students are what makes them want to come back. Yeah.
Would you like to say something?
Nervous.
Yeah.
You know, like I asked Maria, you know, you've probably seen your senior,
Yeah.
so you've seen all the elected leaders that have come in here, and it's got to be frustrating. You know, you
Yeah,
express your feelings.
seeing the same thing happen over and over again. In this year alone, we've had about 7 break-ins in just this school year, and it's
This school year or just 2019?
school year 2018 to 19, 7 break-ins in just one school year. It's getting frustrating seeing it over and over, and nothing's happening about it. And the school has to pay for some of the damages, and the teachers have to pay for the damages that they use for their clubs, and they end up using that money for their damages it's expensive, and those go into their field trips, their instruments. Like for Mr. Hardy, his band, his room got damaged a lot in the break-in, and he has to pay for almost all of that.
No, I think I was reading in from the break-in in January that the suspects were students.
Yes.
Were they students of
Fellow sharks, yes, they were. Yeah, so it's kind of hard for us because this is our school, yet our classmates, our students, fellow sharks are the ones damaging our school. What does that say about us? Like, it's like trying to tell us that we don't have school spirit and all that, but we do. Our athletics, oh my gosh, we're awesome. Our academics, we're really up there. If last year our rugby team went head to head with FD for the championship. Our baseball team also, like, we have good things here in school, yet it's just so tiring and so sad that fellow sharks have to be the one that damages this school.
That the bad things have to be showed more than what's good about Simon Sanchez. And our class did have this discussion about why do they do this. Well, we were basically discussing that people do this because they're bored. So we've made, with Mark Mendiola, we've created ideas on the board of how we can prevent it, why people do this. So we basically try to get in their head, the people who vandalizes, we try to understand why they do this. So what we were also thinking is that we don't have much, so that's why people think it's okay to just break into school, because since we don't have that much, they just wanna show that, okay, we can do whatever we want because nothing's gonna happen, nothing's gonna be fixed, just as always. So that's what we students, our class, the Mad Sharks, try to understand it as.
And so going back to the GoFundMe page and your efforts to raise money, your goal is $10,000.
Yes.
And all the money is going to go to buying the surveillance cameras?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And also we also talked about, with Miss Masanayan and Mr. Finn, we also talked about a warranty, because the people who break in, they will know that there's cameras. But since we may be under a warranty, we can still either get new cameras or find a way of how to fix it. At least we're taking it in little steps. And that's what will work. We're just never going to give up. And we're just going to pass it on to the future generations and hopefully inspire them to do the same as what we're doing.
So how many members are in your group right now, in the Mad Sharks group?
20 plus? 20
But
plus.
in all honesty, I would say that the whole school is behind us to
Yes.
support us.
Support.
So how much people are in our school?
I'm not sure.
Not sure, but pretty sure that everyone's behind us.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break and we're going to speak with your principal and the Guam Police Department. So I just wanted to give you each your final comments.
Well, I really hope this pulls through, because we really want this to happen, and I hope that everyone that hears about this will support us for a better cause. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
So basically, that's why we made Mad Sharks, because we always wanted to make a difference. And I hope that the people who are seeing this right now, they can always help us. And to the students who will be seeing this, I hope you guys can stand up and tell us what you guys see or what you guys hear. You guys gotta help us for us to have a better school, better spirit. You know, it's Simon Sanchez, guys. We're Sharks. We should have pride in our school. We should love our school. Whatever we have, let's just show them that, hey, you know, we're Sharks. Just bring it on, you know?
Let's go. I don't have much to say, but I just would like to thank you guys, the camera crew, and everyone that's here. I guess we can say that we're very grateful that we get to have this opportunity and to spread awareness about what's going on. And for the younger people, we just want to say, don't give up. Just know that everything's going to happen, and everything does happen for a reason.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you for you guys for taking time off just to talk to us, and for the people that are supporting us. Thank you. We appreciate everything, no matter how small or how big. And we just say thank you.
And follow you guys at Mad Sharks on Twitter.
Yes. Instagram.
Capital Mad_Sharks on Twitter. Yes.
All right, thank you. We are going to take a break. We have a partnership with the Judiciary of Guam. It is called Fugitive Files.
Wanted person, Derek J.S. Kanata, male, Pacific Islander, age 23, height 6 foot 0 inches, weighing 125 pounds, with brown eyes and black hair, last known village, Agate, with Hogat Familia on his right arm and M.O.B. on his left wrist, wanted for violating the conditions of probation. If you have any information regarding this individual, or if the individual being sought would like to self-surrender, please contact the Marshals Division Warrant and Intel Section at 47.
Here live at Simon Sanchez High School. Carla, this is Carla Massanay, and she is the principal here at the home of the Sharks. You have got to be proud of your students.
Well, the students know my hashtag, proud principal, so I'm always very proud of my students, and I'm also very thankful that they're able to come up with this idea on their own. But not only that, thankful to everybody that contributed to the success of this investigation. So moving forward, we've asked help from our community as well, so that, we have a lot of neighbors. We'd love for them to just watch out for the school over the weekend. So we're very, very thankful.
It really, though, has to be frustrating for you, for the staff, all of the employees here. I mean, also for the students, just to get that phone call, right, in the morning that we had another break-in. I mean, how do you motivate your people?
Well, during those last couple of months, every time we had a long weekend, we would always anticipate that we would get a call from my early staff and say we were broken into again. So we're just preparing, we have plans in place. What do we do if we do get broken into? We follow that. We notify our teachers and our students. I think the special part is that when we notify students and teachers, they know, they understand what the school is going through, and they're there to help. So we try as much as possible not to get us down, because we don't want to make them look like we're beaten. So we're going to keep coming back. Even if they break our school the next time, or they break in, we're going to keep coming back even stronger. So we've done a couple of things every time we were broken into to help prevent or make it harder for them to come into our school.
Okay. And police spokesperson Paul Tapao, thank you for setting this up for us, and happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
We were talking earlier about the partnerships that you have with the Department of Education. You're the Guam Crime Stoppers coordinator, and you always go out to the schools and you reach out to the students to take pride in your school. Tell me about the Youth Crime Stoppers program.
So this is pretty much just a good testament of the efforts of the school in itself, and it's great that we highlight that, because really when you take the acronym of making a difference and the students coming from within the student body wanting to bring change, that's a positive side. But with the partnership and everything that we do, The Guam Police Department has been and is committed to the partnership with the Department of Education. And when I approached Ms. Masanaya, and this was during our Dedadu precinct meeting with all 15 principals within the Dedadu and the Yigo proper. So we had the discussions about what we can do collectively in establishing that relationship with the Guam Police Department and the Department of Education. But to expand more on the partnership, the Governor Lulian Guerrero, the Honorable Governor Lulian Guerrero, and the Lieutenant Governor Joshua F. Tenorio, they've came here and they've established the Safe School Task Force initiative that's going to be consistent with the Guam Police Department, the Department of Education, and addressing issues in poverty behavior and probably adapting the Guam behavior to come aboard and addressing where we can actually make an impact with the kids and providing that essential need of safety. So I was really taken back and really appreciative of the kids taking this initiative. But moving forward, the community partnership, it really has to be a holistic approach coming from the students, the parents, the residents, the faculty, the staff, the mayor's office, the Guam Police Department, and every major stakeholders to provide that sense of security to the kids. And with the Youth Crime Stoppers program, these are some of the initiatives that have been launched within the schools. The School Crime Stoppers program, it's everywhere. For the last 6 years, I think I've spoken to or talked to almost 30,000 kids about the differences that they can make in them being the stewards. So these small steps that these kids are taking, it's really going to go leaps and bounds beyond their scope of what they're going to see once they leave the hallways of Simon Sanchez, and they're going to leave it for the next students to take the baton and run with it. And having this partnership, solidifying the partnership with the Guam Police Department, the Department of Education, and with the leadership with Governor Lulian Guerrero and Joshua Tenorio in the forefront, this is actually going to take us to where we need to go, to assuring that safety and security is within the schools. Chief Steve Ignacio is actually pushing harder for us to come out more with the schools. We have initiative in line in March and in April for different programs that we're going to do. And Ms. Masanaya, and again, thank you on behalf of Chief Ignacio and of course Captain Joe Carbolito for setting this up. This wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for that initial meeting with the Dedadu Precinct Command. So thank you again.
But I have to say, because I believe it was Rovi, possibly even Maria, the day that the tour happened with the governor and the lieutenant governor, they, like she said, they were holding a silent protest here on the campus, and you could tell they're frustrated. Yes. Like, why do we as students have to be the one that steps forward to try and keep our school safe? That's not their job. Like they said, they're supposed to come to school, feel safe, not be hosting a GoFundMe page. That's got to be so frustrating.
I think that goes to their ownership of the school. Yes, we do want outside agencies to help us in everything that we need, but it also goes to having them own the school, that this is their second home. So everything that we do here, we want to take care of ourselves first. We want to take care of our home. So, and I think that's the perspective that they're coming from. So, we don't want handouts, but we do want to make sure and we let the public know that we want to take care of the sharks, right?
Okay, well, any final comments before we wrap this up?
I just want to commend them. That frustration probably is the spark that ignites everything. When like Ms. Masanaya was saying, that ownership, that sense of pride, that little sense of saying that I've had enough. It really, I firmly believe that that's that spark that's going to ignite something that's going to carry on to their generation and beyond, because of the fact that you have the commitment, we have the partnership, and although the break-ins did happen, it was the school, it was the student population that provided the information that led the arrest or the minors taken into custody with the September incident and the January, and we wouldn't have had this if it wasn't for the school. And and we can attribute it to the frustration, taking that stand and stomping their foot and saying enough is enough. This is where we start, and this is where we would like to see it go. And they can do their part, and the government of Guam, with the leadership of the Lulian Guerrero Tenorio administration, the support of the administrative heads at the Department of Education and the Guam Police Department, we are going to be in the forefront to assist the students along their way and all their endeavors that they may experience.
Carla, final comments.
Final comments. Thank you very much, everybody. Guam Police Department, they've been working really closely with us in helping solve cases, or even trying to take care of some of the things that we need to here at school. And for the community, do continue to take care of what, keep an eye out or an ear out. If you hear anything, let the school know, let, GPD know, because it's that little information that will help in the long run.
477 help.
That's right, 477-4357.
Yep.
It's Guam Crime Stoppers
If
number.
you have any information, please call Guam Crime Stoppers. And that's just where we want to, the school utilizing the School Crime Stoppers program as part of their incentive or their initiative to really make a difference. Thank you again for having us.
Of course. And that's going to do it for us here on Crime Time. I want to thank the students making a difference. Thanks, guys, and great job. Please follow them on social media. I believe that's @MAD_sharks. I'm Sabrina Salas, Matt Tanani. Thanks for watching Crime Time, and thanks for starting your day the KUAM way.